Hello, and welcome. Just a small word before we get into this frightening tale. If you are expecting my usual content, you will be, hopefully, pleasantly surprised. As, true to my word, this is a Halloween special, truly in the spirit of the season. Now, as I have stated previously, although I'm not sure how many of you will know, this will be me reading a tale that I have written with my own hands, so to speak. But I must assure you that this will not be some short undertaking, nor will it be exactly warm to your senses. As it would so happen, I may suggest that you warm yourself and perhaps make sure that you feel safe in your home at the moment, as this tale may have you jumping at your own reflection. Now then, let us begin as this tale unfolds before your very eyes.
Once, a pal of mine and I were trying to take a load off on a street corner. We were both pretty tuckered out since we had played music to round up some change. We spent it on some beer to drink around the barrel fire we knew would be there, from some pumped kids making some kind of video. The beer part is kind of important since we were both pretty drunk. Take this story with a grain of salt. Alright? I might skip around and shorten it. This public library isn't too fond of me in here. Probably all the dirt. Oh, it's also important I plan to tell this story from the perspective of my friend, not my own.
I was just making my way through a field to the city from the train tracks, and that was when I found it. When I first saw it, I thought it was my lucky day. The foulest things in the fondest packages. The bright glimmer coming off it caught my eye first. I thought it was a shard of glass, something I could make a shiv out of, you know? When I walked over there, I found out it was a whole entire fucking mirror. It looked fancy, you know? Like it was elegantly carved. I made sure to look it over, and I was pretty sure it didn't have so much as a smudge. In fact, I'd say I was downright certain. Weird, I thought, but hey, who am I to look a gift horse in the mouth? It was kinda hard flat-footing it out of the field, but I ran into one of those real humanitarian types on the road. They let me hitch a ride to the city. At the time, I found a old abandoned house I holed up in, marked for demolition due to something out the pipes, I think. I decided to set up my loot next to the big window in the room. I was sleeping, and I think it was a study, and I decided to take it easy for the rest of the day. That night, I swear, I heard the distinct sound of a girl crying, but when I got up to check, I couldn't find anything that could possibly back that up. That morning, I woke up and found a single crack in the mirror. I knew it wasn't there before, but I also knew it had to be. I was so sure no one had been in here, especially since I searched the entire house, top to bottom, after hearing that crying. There was no way I missed anything. I'm very thorough, you know me. I always been a little paranoid. But though I was beyond frightened, I figured it was just a single crack in the mirror. Maybe it was just some trick of the light that I didn't see it before. Or maybe somebody was in there and I just missed them. I decided to hold my shiv a little closer that night. I swear, I heard footsteps all over the house, even while I was searching it. But I still found nothing. Until, on my way back, I saw some sort of light coming from the study, even if only for a second. The mirror was even more cracked that morning. I started to suspect some real ghost shit. So I moved the mirror outside the house, hoping I could sell it off. Get some drinking money or something, you know? But that night, I saw something I honestly wish I didn't. I woke up feeling a strange, icy chill, with the room lit with an odd sort of faded blue. And when I looked over to where the source was, I saw something impossible. A young girl, blue like the sky and transparent as ice. It was a ghost. I'm sure of it. I got out of there quickly, but I sure saw what I saw. A young girl with a bruised body crying, but not just that. The mirror was in front of her. It looked like somebody hit it too. There was blood on it, and it was just shattered to pieces. I'm telling you, man. I'm glad that house is getting demolished. I don't want to know what would have happened if that mirror ever ran into the hands of somebody a bit less cautious and a bit more curious than I.
My friend had ended his story there, but I decided to follow up on it. I asked around about ghost stories relating to mirrors. There was a lot of dead ends and a few red herrings, but I eventually found it. As far as I could tell, it must have been the ghost of Madeline Kinsworth. According to the police report, she was found in her home with blunt force trauma listed as her cause of death. Shards of glass in her head made it seem like a bottle or something was used, like a mirror. Apparently, the prime suspect was her boyfriend, Julius Bennett, who was rumored to be extremely abusive. He claimed it was a robbery, and that he was out smoking in the park when it happened. Oddly enough, the only thing that was stolen was a mirror. Madeline's mirror. They didn't have the evidence to make any charges stick, however, and he apparently got off. He was later incarcerated for the murder of a girl outside a club. I guess not every story has a happy ending, but I will take a little solace that he is in jail now. Hopefully, Madeline's resting in peace. I'm not going to be picking up any mirrors on the street, just to be safe.